What's going on, Pisces? I hope you are doing very well. This is the Autistic Mystic, and this is going to be a reading for mid to late January 2022. So in this reading, Pisces, we're going to take a look at some upcoming challenges and opportunities coming your way. And we're also going to close off with some advice and messages from your angels and spirit guides. So you are all definitely very welcome here, Pisces, in this space with me as we go through the reading. Thanks a lot for dropping by and checking out the reading. I do really appreciate it. If you find that it resonates with you here, don't forget to like and subscribe as well. I would also really appreciate that. So without further ado here, Pisces, let's go ahead and see what's coming your way from mid to late January 2022. As always, I'd like to thank the angels, the interdimensional beings, and the spirit guides who are overseeing this act of divination for the sign of Pisces. Whoa, 10 of Pentacles almost popping out here. Whoa, okay. Give me a second here and we will see what you got going on here, Pisces. Okay. All right, Pisces, so let's go ahead and start off for you here in your opportunity slot for mid to late January 2022. All right, so this top row up here, you have the Emperor, the Moon, and also the Four of Cups. This is your opportunity for mid to late January, okay? So I see this as you diving into something that may be very uncomfortable, and it may be something that you've been resisting for a long time. So the Emperor here in your opportunity slot, some of you may be dealing with a masculine figure in your life who's very overbearing or like makes you feel unsafe. For others of you though, and even if that's the case, I feel like the opportunity is to step into your own masculine energy here, Pisces, and really uncover some sort of, hidden truth or like some sort of illusion. So the Moon here is in your opportunity as well. So this is all about shadow work, understanding your subconscious programming. But for some of you, this is definitely to do with an individual. Okay, maybe your partner. Okay, this could be a boss at work, like someone where maybe you've been apathetic towards them for a long time, even though you wanted to change the situation, because you have the Four of Cups here in your opportunity. So this says to me, it's like, make a decision here, Pisces, about this kind of like the Emperor to the Moon. That's a very heavy energy. That's a very heavy, dense energy. So there's some sort of thing that maybe you've been waiting to do in terms of an action of resolving this energy. So make sure that you capitalize on that, okay? So the Four of Cups is coming through as like, don't be apathetic anymore. Sometimes you could say, in the opportunity slot, like, wait around, like make sure you make the right decision, but I don't sense that. I think your opportunity is to get out of this energy. So we're gonna have to clarify that in a second to really see. But then we move down here to your challenge, and we have very intense energy as well. The World, the Devil, and the Six of Wands as well. So I feel like the major feeling here, Pisces, is you guys have been trapped in a certain cycle that has been coming to an end. This could be in a relationship or like a lack of a good career, like some sort of shady situation. I feel like it's already ended. It's just up to you to claim your exit, okay? So you have the World here in your challenge, so you're having a hard time realizing that a certain phase of your life has come to an end. So maybe some of you are staying in a career too long that you don't like, or you're staying with a person, or you're simply not taking action, right? With that apathetic energy here. And you also have the Devil here in the centerpiece to your reading, the challenge. So I feel like there's some sort of force in your reality that really, like, you're having a hard time letting it go. It's holding you down. Some of you are going to know what this is because it's going to have to do with this person, this individual, this emperor. So this is definitely a toxic love relationship I'm getting for a lot of you, that, like, I think you're gonna leave it, to be honest here. There is possibility for you to transform it with the Six of Wands, but for others of you with this devil energy, I think you guys are keeping yourself trapped in an old cycle that already should have been over, right? So that things are getting shady, you're having weird synchronicity, like your life just feels off. It's because like you guys are meant to claim something big. I feel like you guys may have already had this victory, but you're having a hard time putting a mental stamp on it, because the truth about this reality is that everything's neutral, and the meaning that you give to certain things in your life is all that matters, because that's what influences your vibration. So what I'm getting here for you very strongly, Pisces, is that you guys need to look at your life. What has happened? Maybe you learned something from this negative experience. You need to claim a victory and move into a new phase. But I want you to know, like, for a lot of you, the main thing Spirit's trying to say is that the victory has already occurred, but you have not yet mentally claimed it. Okay, so it's like you can mentally claim anything to mean whatever you want. That's what Spirit wants you to know, to remind you of. Okay, so I hope that makes sense here, Pisces. Then we move down here to the advice from your spirit guides. We have the Temperance card, the Five of Wands, and also the Empress. Okay, so I do feel like this Empress card here is to claim your own dignity, right? Your own sense of self-sovereignty and the right to be abundant. I really feel like you guys are trapped in a certain situation that's not, it is holding you back from financial abundance as well. So maybe some of you are tied up with a person with like a money situation. This could even be a boss or like working somewhere. I feel like you guys, there's something that has occurred here that's going to lead to financial abundance, because the World card in your challenge, the World talks about coming to an end of a journey and getting rewarded for having gone through it. But I feel like you guys are not recognizing what you've gone through, if that makes sense. It's almost like you need someone from an outside perspective to look at your life and be like, Pisces, what's going, like, I can see this so clearly. Okay, so maybe you need to have a conversation with someone about this, okay? But you also have the Temperance card here, you know, balancing energy out, you know, burning off impurities here. And I think with the Devil card here especially, some of you may be dealing with drug addiction, even if it's like a subtle thing that's holding you back from this victory, because it's just keeping you trapped in the old, like it's lowering your vibration to where you can't be on that positive timeline, and habits will definitely do that to you. So this is definitely for those of you who have bad habits to burn those off. But for those of you in a negative relationship, you either have to use alchemy to transform the relationship, because I don't sense it's completely dead in the water for those of you dealing with this toxic individual, this masculine figure, but I do sense there something needs to change here. Interestingly enough, we also have the Five of Wands in your message from your spirit guide. This could indicate that the person you're dealing with in love is involved with someone else and not really telling you. For those of you, I am getting that, especially with the Devil card, Moon. That's kind of like this, like look at this centerpiece row. This is shady behavior. Moon, Devil, Five of Wands. It has to do with people, other people too, probably. So I don't know, Pisces, like some of you, the person that you're dealing with might be talking to other people, might be getting under your skin. But for others of you, though, not really dealing with the relationship thing, and it's more of like a career reading or a passion-based, like do what you love reading. This is you embracing competition as you move forward with whatever this thing you're hesitating on is. Because I think a lot of you have tampered down your own masculine emperor energy. So it's time for you guys to step up. Even if there's competition in what you want to do, if something is meant for you, you will blow by the competition. So it's all about doing things until you find the one thing that like you're like, oh shit, I'm really good at this. So that's what you guys got to do. Don't worry, and that could manifest in relationships as well. So I do want to clarify a few of these cards here, Pisces, for you. Okay, so I think the first card that we'll clarify here, very intense period. Let's clarify this Emperor card, right? Why is this here for you in your opportunity, Pisces? Why is the Emperor card here in your opportunity? We had a jumper, and you wouldn't believe it, but it is the Ten of Pentacles here. A very similar energy to the World, okay? It talks about completing a cycle, financial abundance. So for some of you, you may be with someone who's preventing this completion from happening. It's almost like if you can walk away from this person, even if you depend on them for money, there's other ways for you to be abundant besides just this one person. Now, for others of you, though, it's like this is, you guys have already had some victory that you're not capitalizing on. If I could sum this up for the people that are not dealing with a love relationship, you've already had a major victory that you're just not capitalizing on. one of my favorite sayings in life and like a way that I live my own life is like, I write my own check and I cash my own check. What does that mean? It means I'm like in control of my destiny and I'm the one who decides what things mean. So why not choose a brilliant, golden, high vibrational timeline for yourself? There's something that you guys need to claim here, Pisces. I hope that makes sense for you. Okay, like it's already happened here. You also have the King of Pentacles, similar theme. So you guys may have a certain skill or talent that you're simply not capitalizing on to make a career out of. I do sense that for a lot of you, but let's also clarify this moon, right? Why is this moon here for you in your opportunity? Why is the moon here in Pisces opportunity slot? Okay, the moon is clarified by the Two of Cups. Yeah, so for a lot of you, you're connected to an individual in kind of a negative way, and they're doing something shady behind your back. I do feel like that with the Devil and the Five of Wands as well. Like there could be cheating going on here, right, to do with another person, like a connection between someone you care about and another person that you're not aware of. For others of you, though, that are kind of more so, or it's just, even if it's not that, right, the moon to the Two of Cups here, this is a conflict between you and someone you have a deep relationship with. It's very unknown. For some of you, this is going to manifest in the fact that you're moving on to a higher timeline, right? You have some sort of victory you're about to cash in on once you can get out of this Four of Cups energy. And when that happens, maybe it disturbs your relationships, right, Pisces? But for others of you in that love relationship, I do feel like there's this deep intuitive knowing that this is not going to work anymore, or if it's going to work, we're going to have to really burn off some impurities here. Okay, I do kind of get like a negative dark energy for those of you in that relationship, that toxic thing. It's coming through really strong. I kind of feel like I'm doing two readings. You know, I'm doing like a love reading and just a general reading for those of people not resonating with the love part. But sometimes it happens like that. Okay, so let's move down here to your challenge. Okay, let's go ahead and clarify this. Let's clarify the Six of Wands, right? Like, because this is going to tell us a lot. Because I think this has to do with the victory that you're not really recognizing. So maybe, Spirit, you could include a little bit of that, like, what is the victory? But whatever wants to come through. All right. Why is the Six of Wands here for Pisces? Oh my goodness. Jumper. Okay, the jumper that wanted to come out. Are you guys kidding me? It's the Six of Wands here. All right, Spirit is essentially fucking with you. They're trying to mentally fuck with you. Not in a bad way right now, Pisces, but the Six of Wands clarified by the Six of Wands. I feel like for some reason they don't want me to say what this victory is, because it's up to you to cash in on it. And if I kind of like, obviously that's literally my job, is to like read your frequency, but sometimes this happens, you know, Spirit has a certain like filter system that certain information is not allowed to come through. So this is, come on guys, you could figure out what this is, right? The Six of Wands to the Six of Wands. You also have the ripeness as another clue. Very much in alignment with that whole world, that whole 10 of Pentacles. Now you have the 9 of Pentacles. So this is something that's going to make you guys money, right? Financial independence. You're ripe. Like, you're so ripe for this victory here, Pisces. So it's up to you guys to recognize it. Maybe some of the other information will tell us something about it. Let's clarify this Devil. All right, why is this Devil here? You guys are so close. I just really get that for you. You guys are so close to some sort of major life shift, you know. I do feel like it's up to you to pull the trigger on it, though. But let's see. Why is this Devil card here for Pisces? If you've been like wondering if you need permission to act on your highest potential, this is the reading that will give you that permission here. Okay, but ultimately you can only give yourself the permission. So remember that. Why is the Devil card here for Pisces? It's really all about making a decision and sticking with it until it manifests. I know that sounds simple. But you have the devil clarified by the schizophrenia card. Yeah, so a lot of you guys in that relationship, you're really having a hard time letting go, or you're really having a hard time coming to the, like, this is the Two of Swords. So some of you may be in denial about something, like what this person is really doing. I do sense for a small percentage of you, actually, it came through really clear, like, you're almost focusing on this person's other issues instead of the big one glaring you in the face. I think it has to do with other people too, like a cheating type energy. Like maybe some of you are so afraid to even look at that. So maybe you need to look at that for some of you. I don't want you to be paranoid. It's not going to be like this for every single one of you. But either way, this is a decision to walk away that you guys are really having a hard time doing. You're split. So this card says make it just jump, right? You have the similar theme with the Four of Cups too in your opportunity. So this is saying, like, don't overthink this, Pisces. You follow your intuition and cut anything out of your life that doesn't make sense anymore. If this is like an addiction or some sort of self-defeating, self-sabotage behavior that's holding you back from this higher timeline, then that's there too. You need to drop it. You need to make a decision because you're very close to letting it go, but you should have already let it go. I'm not saying like what you should or shouldn't do, but the world is here, and that's just kind of the vibe I get. Okay, so it's hard to admit, like, it's very easy to blame things on, other people, but when it comes to yourself, it's sometimes it's harder, right, to admit certain things. So let's go ahead and move to the advice from your spirit guides. Let's go ahead and clarify this Temperance card. Okay, why is this Temperance card here in the advice position for mid to late January for Pisces? I feel like, okay. Wow, the Temperance card is clarified by the Past Lives card, guys. So for those of you in this chaotic relationship with someone, this is a past life relationship, okay? And there's something that you guys need to figure out so that you don't keep reincarnating with this person. This could be like a karmic relationship for some of you. Could be someone that you're meant to be with. I feel like you have to know your situation, but for those of you as well, like with an addiction or some other sort of devil energy here, this is a pattern that has been woven into your soul for a long time. Could be dealing with ancestral trauma, some sort of addiction, some sort of pattern of behavior that you're having a really hard time to let go because it is an ancestral thing. It's really hard for you to do it because when you break the curse, you heal your whole family line. I'm talking going back, you wouldn't even know. Interdimensional shit's crazy, right? So you rip through space-time fabric, create a new timeline, but like what I'm trying to say here is I definitely think some of you, like, there is potential to make this love work because it is a past life relationship. If you guys don't figure it out in this life, you're probably just going to have to come back into another space-time reality instead of like upgrading to some sort of spirit guide. But obviously that's just a viewpoint from my linear mind who doesn't really understand what's up from down because of the way the universe is. I hope that fucking makes sense. Okay, let's go ahead and also clarify this. I feel like yeah, we should clarify this Five of Wands, right? Why not? Why is this Five of Wands here for Pisces? In the advice position, you guys got to embrace some competition. I feel like a message coming through for a lot of you as well is you got to simply train a skill. You have to become like obsessed, like whatever you want to do for a living or something, like you need to become obsessed with a hobby, especially those of you leaving this toxic relationship. This is about becoming obsessed with like something that's good for your soul that you really love to do. So you may have to think back to childhood, what did I used to love to do in childhood? But why is this Five of Wands here for Pisces? Spirit's saying one more, actually. One more. Five of Wands, advice. Why is it here? You guys might not be owning up to something because you had the Sorrow card almost pop out. Now you have the projections card coming out. 5 of Wands to the projections. So there's almost like this fear of competition that you guys have in your head. Like, it's almost like this belief I'm picking up on for some of you, where it's like if you feel like you're winning in life, you're taking something away from someone else. But in reality, nothing could be further from the truth. Abundance is our birthright, and it's up to each individual to train their energy to be in a certain space. So don't feel like you need to feel like other people are victims. Everyone is responsible for their own self. And like when people become responsible for themselves, they link up with other people who are also self-responsible, self-actualized, and that's how you create harmonious life and relationships. So right now it's like you guys may be afraid to push forward because you're like, oh, I don't want to hurt these people who I'm leaving. It's like, who cares about that? But then the projections card here is kind of saying that like I kind of just went on that rant for no reason. The real meaning of this is like, you're projecting that competition is going to ruin you here. For some of you, though, in that cheating, like, so understand, like, you need to embrace competition. I know I'm all over the place here, Pisces. But for some of you, this could be an indication that your fear of the person cheating on you could just be a projection, because Spirit, like, adapts the reading to what I have previously said. And since I brought up the fact that they're cheating on you, it might just be a projection. Okay, so this relationship, this past life relationship, maybe it's a little bit better than I'm giving it credit for. I actually don't think things are as bad as you're thinking with the 5 of Wands. So don't be afraid to like enter into an uncomfortable realization here, right, with that moon too. Okay, so and then you also have the Empress card. Claim your right to abundance. So with that being said, I'm going to conclude this reading here, Pisces. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did and you want more information on your situation, feel free to book a personal reading with me. You can find all the information on that in the description box of this video. It's always a pleasure to work with you guys, but I hope you enjoyed this reading. I hope you have a great mid to late January. This is the Autistic Mystic. I'll talk to you guys later. Peace.